it closes fast. But where do you flee? Here's the question that should be on your mind. Jesus says flee to the mountains. But which mountains? Israel has mountains. Judea has mountains. There are mountain ranges all across the Middle East. So where specifically does he mean? And more importantly, once you get there, then what? How do you survive for 3.5 years with no access to food, water, or supplies? Because that's how long you'll need to hide. 1,260 days, 42 months, 3.5 years. Can you survive that long in the wilderness with nothing? Discovery 3. The Wilderness Refuge. Turn in your Bible to Revelation chapter 12. This is one of the most symbolic and yet prophetically precise chapters in the entire Bible. John sees a vision of a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and a crown of 12 stars on her head. Most scholars agree this woman represents Israel. She gives birth to a male child who will rule all nations with a rod of iron. That's Jesus. And the dragon, Satan, tries to devour the child, but the child is caught up to God's throne. That's the ascension of Jesus after his resurrection. But then, the vision shifts to a future event, something that happens during the tribulation. Revelation 12:6. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she hath a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. The woman fled into the wilderness, just like Jesus said. Flee to the wilderness, to the mountains. But notice the details. Detail 1. A place prepared of God. This isn't a random hiding spot. This isn't a cave that someone stumbles upon by accident. This is a place prepared of God. Prepared. Past tense. Already set up. Already designated. Before the tribulation even begins, before the Antichrist is revealed, before the abomination of desolation occurs, God has already chosen the location where his people will flee. He's prepared it. He's set it apart. He's made it ready. Detail 2. They should feed her there. Not, she will struggle to survive. Not, she will forage and scavenge. Just like he did for Elijah when he sent ravens to bring him bread and meat twice a day. Just like Jesus fed 5,000 people with 5 loaves and 2 fish. God doesn't call you to a place and then abandon you there to starve. He provides. Detail 3. The exact timeline. 1,260 days. 1,260 days. That's exactly 3.5 years. 42 months. Half of the 7-year tribulation. From the moment the abomination of desolation occurs until the moment Jesus returns to rescue his people, exactly 1,260 days will pass. And for those entire 1,260 days, God will protect and provide for those who fled to the wilderness. Now, let me be honest with you. To the world, fleeing into the wilderness will look like madness. It'll look like giving up, like running away, like abandoning everything you've built. Your home, your career, your possessions, your comfort, your security. All of it left behind because an ancient book told you to run to the mountains when a man stands in a temple. The world will call you a fanatic, a conspiracy theorist, a religious extremist, but God calls it obedience. And He calls the wilderness your refuge, not exile, not punishment, not abandonment, protection. Because while the world celebrates the Antichrist and lines up to take his mark and bows down to worship his image, those in the wilderness will be the only free people on earth. The only ones not enslaved to the beast system. The only ones who refuse to sell their souls for survival. And God will meet them there. But here's the question that's probably on your mind. Where is this prepared place? What wilderness? Which mountains? Does prophecy give us any clues? Discovery 4. The coordinates hidden in prophecy. All right, if God has prepared a specific place in the wilderness for believers to flee to during the tribulation, wouldn't it make sense that he'd give us clues about where it is? And the answer is, he did. Throughout Old Testament prophecy, there are multiple passages that describe a refuge, a hiding place, a location where God's people will be protected during a time of great trouble. And when you piece those passages together, a picture emerges. A specific geographic location, a place that fits every detail. Let me show you. Clue 1, which is Petra. Now, if you've never seen pictures of Petra, let me describe it to you. Petra is an ancient city carved directly into rose-red sandstone cliffs. It was the capital of the Nabatean kingdom over 2,000 years ago. The only way to enter Petra is through a narrow gorge called the Sick. It's a natural passageway, only about 10 feet wide in some places, winding between towering cliffs that rise over 250 feet high. You walk through this narrow canyon for over a mile, and then suddenly, the passage opens up, and you're standing in front of the treasury, a massive temple facade carved into the rock face. But the treasury is just the entrance. Beyond it, Petra sprawls across a massive valley surrounded by mountains. There are hundreds of caves and tombs carved into the cliffs. Natural springs provide fresh water. The entire city is a natural fortress. And here's what's stunning. Petra can hold tens of thousands of people, maybe more. The caves provide shelter. The cliffs provide defense. The narrow SIQ makes it nearly impossible for an army to invade. You'd have to go through that canyon single file, making you easy targets for anyone defending the entrance. It's the perfect refuge. But how do you get there? Here's the problem. Petra is about 150 miles from Jerusalem.